Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Let's get this camera a little bit better, shall we? Without my specs, because it's cloudy out right now. Woo. There we go. How about that? I know, my eyes are puffy, right? But I can see pretty good. Yesterday, there was a deer right there. A dart throw away. What is that? Maybe 30 feet. Eating. We were watching it through the window. And then my wife opened up the door behind me to the balcony, and it just walked behind these logs and into the woods. Didn't run. Said, awesome, get it trained. Let's see. Eye update. They hurt a little bit. They feel better this morning than they did yesterday morning, for those of you who care. I couldn't read my phone at all this morning. Yesterday I could read it a little bit, and then towards the afternoon I couldn't read it anymore. I had to have my wife read it. And this morning I couldn't read it at all. It's like, Wah. So, who knows? My eyes, they told me, they're going to go through things for up to the next 6 months. So we'll see. All right, so we did a world update of sorts yesterday. St. Louis cop got found not guilty, acquitted by a judge. Good move on his part, having a judge jury, not a judge trial, not a jury trial. So that was good for him. Not so good maybe for everybody else. I'm not weighing in on whether he was guilty or not. We have a justice system. They did it. I didn't really look at the case. When I did, look at it in detail, when I did look at it just yesterday, because honestly I didn't know anything about it. I did a little bit of research, but I was having a hard time focusing my eyes. And so on the surface, it seemed like, he seems like a dirty cop. But I'm not saying he is, right? I'm just saying from the 10 minutes of stuff I looked at, it was probably the way it was written. Sorry that the camera's angled, but I'm not going to reshoot this. That is just what it was. Was he guilty or not? Well, our justice system said he wasn't. But then people went crazy, I guess, a little bit in St. Louis. That's going to happen all the time. It's going to keep happening. It's going to get worse. Come out of her, my people. Get out of those cities. Duh. Right? Kim is still making noise. Somebody sent me a private message email and said they thought a possibility with Kim Jong-un was that he was terminally ill and he was trying to bring this thing to a head so that he could have a legacy. Maybe. I don't know. I guess some of you got to see the documentary that I'm in called The Sign. I like the guys who did it. I think they probably showed me in a good light, I hope. Last night, as I was laying down right around dusk, my eyes were killing me. I was going through some pain, and I couldn't see anything, and it was just like... And so I had my wife just load. She goes, what do you want to listen to? And I said, I don't know, find me a YouTube on the 23rd of September and Earth changes. And so I ended up listening to a couple interviews on YouTube that were like half a hour long to an hour long each. I actually fell asleep twice listening to them. And I keep looking at my watch because I want to do this coffee here. We'll take an interlude, then I'll tell you what I heard. So this is Kevin's Coffee Roasters from Vernon, Connecticut. I don't know if you can see that. It certainly looks blurry to me. This is Papua New Guinea coffee. 2 tablespoons into my Stanley coffee press. be right back. No, I'm not editing this. Just look at the coffee. Paper towels. A little bit too much liquid, if you can believe such a thing. All right. There we go. The table needed to be cleaned off anyway. I got this thing at our China Mart, Walmart, and my wife and I were just killing time waiting for one of my eye prescriptions to come in. And so, of course, we're walking in the camping section looking at stuff, and there's a guy there. And I like talking to people. And I said, oh, don't mind us. We're just wasting time looking at stuff. And he goes, man, I'm looking at this, and this is really cool. It's a Stanley, like, press. And I'm like, oh, that is cool. And so we got to talking, and I ended up buying one. And then we talked about it and said, hey, let's go get some for the kids. And I went back, and this was actually the last one that they had. I've used it once, hence my not being an expert with it yet. But this unscrews like that. And then let's see if I can show you this. Now you can drink it right out of that, but it's too hot right now to drink that way. So I'm pouring it in a cup. And since my mustache doesn't hang down to my chin anymore, I can actually drink out of a cup. Oh yeah. Kevin's Coffee Roasters from Vernon, Connecticut. In a press made by Stanley. And yes, I bought this. You know, they didn't give me one for free. But I am kind of digging on it. Alright, so there's that. Where were we? Oh, yes, what I was listening to. Can I try this first, though? It's hot. Okay. So, basically, Revelation 12 talks about the virgin clothed in the sun with the moon at her feet and 12 stars over her head. And all this is coming to be in the sky on the 23rd of September, coming up soon. Hasn't happened for 7,000 years or something, that constellation makeup. And then, you know, people are predicting all kinds of things. For the record, I don't think anything is going to happen on the 23rd. Anything major, you know, the world cracks in half, aliens land, something like that. I think it could be the start of what some people call tribulation. It could be. Could also not be. And this is kind of where I'm going with this video, is how we react to news and information that we get. I think it could be the start of tribulation. Having said that, I've said, if you've watched me on Viking Preparedness, you know, on the YouTube channel, wow, my eyes are starting to hurt from the wind. I think at any given time, we're within 72 hours of chaos. At any given time. Right? You know, I said that 3 years ago. I say it now. At any given time, the world could go crazy. I think that this sign is interesting. I think it certainly correlates to Revelation 12. Is that what Revelation 12 is talking about? I don't know. If it's not, I can't think of what would be more so. And then, if you read in Revelation 12 a little bit more, and, you know, I should have my Bible here, but I couldn't focus on it anyway. It talks about the red dragon, a crown of 7 stars or something like that. There's one of the things I listened to was that Nibiru, Planet X. It's not real, man. Is it? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But supposedly it's like its own little mini solar system, and it has 7 little things around it. And I heard that, like planets or something. I heard that from a guy who never mentioned Revelation 12, you know, one of those talks. So that was kind of interesting, because some people are saying that on the 23rd or close to it. What's close? I don't know. I'd say within a week, right? Sorry, my eyes got to do this right now. we, the people of Earth, are going to see Nibiru, and they have known about it for 50 years, and they've been hiding it from us, and, you know, it made for interesting listening. Are we going to see Nibiru on the 23rd? How do I know? You know, I don't know. They made some interesting things that Nibiru's got this big cloud of stuff. At one point, I was in and out of sleep. There were like, I don't know how they know this, 70-pound iron meteors. Now, how do you know that? You know, but whatever. That are going to come crashing to Earth, and that kind of matches what's in Revelation. You know, again, I was in and out of sleep listening to this stuff. 23rd. Some people tie it with the Great American Eclipse, you know, a warning for the U.S., 40 days warning. It does line up with some holidays, holy days, set apart times, Moedim, in an interesting way. This is what I say. It bears watching. Everything bears watching all the time. It's like that movie, The Mountain Men, with Chuck Huston. And there's these, and Brian Keith. They're two old grizzled mountain men, and they're laying out in the woods, and there's a greenhorn with them, and he's very nervous. And they're laying right next to each other with their heads on their saddles, and there's like a snap, a twig snaps, and he's like, there's something out there. I think Chuck Heston, one of them, says, there's always something out there. There's coons and bears and coyotes, and then there's another snap, and he goes, there's something out there. And it was Indians. But yeah, there's always something out there, right? So to the point. I've said this before too, right? Don't be getting all bent out of shape about every new future event that's coming. Just set your course. Determine your course for preparedness, whatever that is. You know, whatever, if you're just going to have a bob and keep it ready to go to, I'm going to stock my, let me try this, it might be cooler. I'm going to stock my kitchen pantry and keep it full. I'm going to grow a garden to, you know, full blown. I'm moving out to the sticks and doing a homestead. Whatever that is, just live your life and do that and just get ready. There's no need to say, you know, North Korea is launching a nuke. Oh my. Russia is doing the Zapad 17 exercise. Oh my. The 23rd is coming. Oh my. And just, that's like a negative, worrying emotion kind of thing. No need to do that. Just set your course and go and be confident that you're doing the best you can with what you got where you're at, right? So it's like, hey, bring it, man, because this is as ready as I'm going to be or as ready as I can get from. Could you do a sprint and get readier, more ready in a short period of time? Sure, you could, but if you live your life that way, because there's so many of these things, right? They never end. Right? You know, it's like, here's this, here's that, here's that, here's that. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If you live your life like that, you're going to be exhausted. This is a long haul race. You know, it's like running an ultra. No sense starting out running at a sprint when the gun goes off. You're going to be out here for hours, right? So that's my thing. You're going to be seeing things happen in the world. Could it be the end times? It could. Could it be just normal? You think people thought at the beginning of World War I and during World War I that it was the end times? I bet they did. And then World War II, the devastation of World War II was stuff like the world had never seen. You think people thought it was the end times? They probably did. You know, I think we could see there was a chipmunk, and I could see it. I think that we could see some terrible stuff. Okay, that's why I tell you to come out of the cities, live in the countryside, move. I was listening to, I guess, a tape of Blog Talk Radio with Pastor Dow yesterday, and somebody called up and said, I just can't figure out how to get out of the city, Pastor. I can't make it work. And he gave a very gentle answer. Man, I can figure out how to get out of the city. Point your feet in a direction and go. You know, if you have a job in the city, you can get a job in the country. People work in the country. You know, Brother Sam right over here, I think he's had 4 jobs, 5 jobs since he got here. He didn't get fired from any of them. He just kept getting better jobs. There's jobs, you know. If you want to do it, you can do it. And if you don't, then, you know, no need to make excuses to me. I'm not your daddy. Unless you're one of 3 people out there watching. This episode is brought to you by Kevin's Coffee Roasters, Vernon, Connecticut, and particularly Papua New Guinea. It's not. I mean, he did send me this coffee a while ago, and I do like it, but it's not like we have a deal. I like it. I like coffee. Next week it'll be brought to you by Stanley, coffee presses for the outdoorsman. So, yeah, just stay steady. Don't let your emotions go crazy. Don't go running off half-cocked. Just, again, take a course and go for it. Stick to it. Stay on it. Constantly prepare. Keep your mental and emotional state steady. Steady. No panicking. I was watching a DVD yesterday. Hold on, I'll show it to you. You don't mind waiting for 30 seconds, right? Hold on. If I was really good and edited, it would just be seamless, right? But I do these things on the fly. It was this. I bought this video a long time ago. I don't know if you can get it anymore. Getting Unstuck by Bill Burke. Good presentation. It's basically, I was watching this yesterday. I'm going to make a point about it. It's how to get your vehicle unstuck, how to use the different tools, winches, pulleys, snatch blocks, things like that. It's good. It's well presented. He seems very competent and natural. He's not like acting a whole lot. I think his clothes are a bit acting, but other than that. Anyway, he makes a point in here. And so it's a good DVD if you don't know how to use winches properly and snatch things out with toe straps and stuff like that. And I was just watching it because I needed something to take my mind off the pain. You want something to take your mind off the pain? And he says, when you get stuck, he's got the 3 Ps. And I don't really remember what they are, and it's not important. But the one thing he says is, don't panic, right? Don't get stuck and then go run around, oh my God, we got to do this. He goes, calm down. I think it's like have a plan, whatever. One of them's make a plan, have a plan. That's what you should do in a preparedness type environment. Don't go running around when your vehicle gets stuck and go crazy and panic and start acting like a spaz. Stay steady. You know what you're doing. You prepared for times such as these. Have confidence that you and yours are going to walk safely into the sunset. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is calm people down a little bit. Calm you down without having you become complacent. Can you understand that? There is a technique to get people all hyped up, and then therefore they'll go take an action. They'll do it, right? They'll go prepare because they're scared. And then, well, at least now they've got 5 cases of beans and weenies in their garage, right? That's a technique. I would rather just inform you. Maybe bring some things that you hadn't thought about to mind, and then just motivate you a little bit to get out there and just keep plugging away. So there you go. I don't want to ramble too much more. But yeah, the sign, I don't know how to tell you to watch it. It's on the Audience Network. I saw some people put some links. I saw one I could see. I can't see anymore. Not that close right now. They put some links though to it, and somebody wrote, like, if you have DirecTV, it's on channel blah blah blah. Eventually, who knows? Maybe it'll come out on DVD or something, right? So that's that. Keep plugging. When the world goes crazy, have confidence that you know what you're doing, that you're taking care of you and yours. And then once you've secured yourself and your little circle, start expanding your view outwards. Start thinking about bigger and bigger circles that you can help and affect. We all need each other. We all need people. And I think that's going to become clear as the times move forward. All right. I hope there was something in there useful to you. We have a meeting today coming up this afternoon where we're planning our Sukkot, which is the 1 week a year where God commands us to go camping. So we're going to be talking about that. And I'm working on that camper. I'll probably show you some video of that. I'm going to try and get a roof over that thing before Sukkot. All right. Hey, stay frosty, my friends. I'll see you out there.